I got all of those tabs put into that milk crate and I feel so much better now that that's done. I moved all the desks into a different area because of testing. So in Florida, our new state assessment, we do it at 3 times of the year. It is Wednesday. Oh, it is not Wednesday. I take it back. Today's Thursday. Hello everyone, happy Sunday. Yes, you heard that right, and you read it right at the beginning of the video. It's Sunday. My name is Katie. I'm a 3rd grade teacher in the state of Florida. This will be my 6th year teaching. This is my 6th year teaching that I've already started, and I'm so glad you're here for a week in my life video. Yes, it is Sunday and I am here. Yes, I came up to the school last weekend as well. And yes, that's okay. The beginning of the school year sometimes kicks my butt. And I was messaging my friend Shelby, who's also a teacher, on Instagram about this. And it's like, man, the beginning of the year just gets me. And it's like, I'm prepared. I use all of my time that I'm working and I still can't seem to get it all up to date, you know, and get ahead of things. So I'm here on Sunday because I needed to make some copies. I work better in the mornings. It's afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon right now, but during the school week, I work better in the mornings. So when I get to a Friday afternoon, if I have a ton of things on my list, I might be like, some of that can wait till Monday, which I did. And then I was like, they're opening the school on Sunday anyways. Our media specialist is here. She's like, I'll open up the media center if you need to make copies. And I was like, yeah, that might just make me feel better if I get some of that stuff done. So I'm not running around like a chicken with its head cut off tomorrow morning. So I am here on Sunday. Let me show you some of the things I brought and do a mini haul for you guys. And then I've got some work to do and I'll run you through that. But first, this is my first weekly vlog of the year too. So it's actually kind of nice that I'm starting it on a Sunday because that gives me freedom to come and work and vlog at the same time, because I will vlog tomorrow. I will check in and all of that. But the first vlog back of the school year is always rough. It's oh gosh, I forgot to film this, or I forgot to check in here. And it's getting back into adding that extra layer. So I was like, well, starting on a Sunday will be good because I can give you guys some great content right here at the beginning. And then I might fizzle off by the end of the week, but we'll see. Last year, getting back into vlogging was hard. And there were a lot of vlogs where I was like, yeah, sorry, didn't end that one, but hope you liked what you got. So we're starting off on a Sunday, which is good. Let me grab a couple things, give you a little mini haul. All right. First of all, before I even show you the haul, I'm on a new stool that my reading interventionist teacher let me borrow, because you guys, I haven't even shown YouTube World my new chairs. I lowered my teacher table because I got new chairs. Let me show them to you. Here's why you need to follow me on Instagram, because all my Instagram peeps have already seen these, but these are from ECR for Kids. They're called wave seats. Aren't those fun? And my students, I really think, are loving them so far. They're pretty sturdy, a very beautiful purple color, but I had to lower my teacher table so they would fit instead of those big bulky green chairs that I used to have. And so then I didn't like having the chair with the tall back because I felt like I was getting stuck in here, which I kind of felt like that anyways too, I'd get stuck in the loop. But now I can just spin around in this one, and I was like, man, I really wish I had one without a back. And she was like, I have one I'm not using. Take it to your classroom. I was like, okay. So now I have this lovely stool that I just showed you, and my table's lower. I still like kidney-shaped tables better than this big, deep horseshoe, but this helps with the horseshoe because then I can do this, and I don't feel like I have the back of the chair that's keeping me stuck in. I can spin this way, or I can push this way and then do this and I don't know. It's just better. It's just better. So she's amazing for letting me borrow it, but it is very creaky as well. So I make a lot of noise when I roll around. Okay, the things I brought in today. First, an Amazon package. Here we go. I got some Star Wars Uno cards and I was so excited for these because my kids love to play Uno, and there's so many Star Wars obsessed 3rd graders up in here. And the note was from Maya. It says, enjoy your gift. Wishing you a wonderful school year. May the force be with you. Thanks for great videos. So Maya, thank you so much for donating this to my classroom. I cannot wait to add it to our game cabinet and for my students to get to enjoy that, especially when we have indoor recess, because it's so stinking hot in Florida right now. So that's going to be a great indoor recess option for my kids. Another thing I brought, I feel like I'm out of breath. I think it's just because I'm excited. Another thing I brought, a big box of granola bars because I always have a big box of granola bars back there that I keep for my snack. When my kids go to specials, I just eat a granola bar, and I usually buy them in bulk packs. And I used to get them at Costco, but we don't go to Costco anymore for right now. So I got those from Walmart. It was like, good, a big bulk pack. I'm gonna put it back on top of my filing cabinet because that's where my snack granola bars stay. And then the last thing were these hanging file folders. I got them last year for my milk crate with all my student files. And this is one of my main tasks today, besides for making copies, is I need to make my student work files so I can start filing like forms that their parents have already sent back, and then fluency things because I keep just a file on every student, and it's starting to stress me out. I think my stack is like this big back there of things that need to be sorted, and they didn't have them at Walmart, so I had to get them pick up at Target this morning. So I got those, and I'm gonna do those. So things that I'm doing today while I'm up here, which I'm gonna try to go fast because I don't know when Girl Scouts are done meeting, and I don't wanna have to lock up the school. I wanna leave before everybody else leaves. So I've gotta go make copies of activities that we're doing tomorrow. So I've gotta make copies of a place value sheet that my students are gonna do for warm-ups, because on Tuesday and Wednesday this week we have testing, so I'm not doing my usual math morning work. So I'm giving them just an extra place value to the thousands page to practice, and I'm gonna put that on their desks. And then we're reading a book. Here's the original copy, called The Magical Yet, because like I said, we're doing testing on Tuesday and Wednesday. And since I'm trying to go quickly to get my stuff done today, I won't go into testing, but I'm sure I'll talk to you about it later in the week about like why we're testing so early in the school year. And it's like standardized testing, like state testing, but it's a Florida thing, and I'll explain it later. But I decided to do a fun activity. We're gonna read The Magical Yet, and then we're gonna make our own magical yets tomorrow. So I printed off this activity. I got it from Teachers Pay Teachers, and I will link it, but I've got to print the copies, the class set of it. And I'm doing all of this today because I have a meeting during planning tomorrow, and there was no way I was going to get all of this done just in the morning. So here we are. So I'm going to take the originals down to the copy room and go copy those things. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to get started on the hanging files. And then if I have time, I might make an example of our magical yet. If not, I'll take it home and I'll make the example at home so I have it to show my students tomorrow. So let's get started with those things.
10 feet away, she's like a primrose. You're never taking me alive, so come close. And I know why you said it, 'cause I'm reading every word in your...
I think the mess always has to get bigger before it gets better, right?
Maybe it's a good thing, got a good thing coming, it's a good thing. That we're not who we used to be. We're not who we used to be, and maybe that's a good thing. We're not who we used to be, and maybe that's a good thing. Sometimes I'm alone. I wish that you...
All right, good news. I got all the copies done, and then I got all of those tabs put into that milk crate, and I feel so much better now that that's done. I'm looking at the time, it's about 3:36. I don't really want to stay much later, so I think tomorrow morning what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll file the things into the folders. I still have to go through, I have like a stack of forms from the first week of school that we asked students to return, and I have to go through and like mark off which student turned in which form. I just so far have been, first week me was like, put them in a stack, just put them in a stack and do it later. So I can't really sort them until I've gone through and checked off who's turned in what. So I think I'll do that tomorrow when I first get to school. I'll run through like my plans for the morning, and then I'll start to sort those papers or check off the papers on my check off list and then sort them into the bucket. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm so thirsty, hold on. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this home. I don't know if I have crayons at home. I know I have colored pencils. So I'm gonna take home my example and make it at the house so I can leave here. I've done everything I can do here, but I gotta go home and like cook so I can meal prep breakfast. So I'm gonna be making a quiche, so I have breakfast for the week, and then making a yummy pasta salad with like chicken in it for us to have for lunches for the week, and then I may get started on dinner for tonight. So I got a lot of cooking to do when I get home. So after that, maybe this evening I'll like do some therapeutic coloring and make my own little example so that tomorrow the kids have something to look at and they can see. We're gonna have a great day tomorrow with a craftivity about growth mindset. But dang it, it's time to go home. It's Sunday. So I was only here for about an hour, which isn't bad. And I'm gonna feel so much better going into tomorrow because I did. So yay! All right, let's get this week in my life officially started tomorrow with the first day of the work week.
Maybe then I feel alright. Sometimes I get strung out trying to be myself. When you come close, I feel alive. Maybe that's a good thing.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. It's weird. I feel like I was just here because I kind of was. I had a great evening prepping lots of food and just relaxing and watching The Office with David on the couch. So it was really nice just to kind of rest, but also prepare for the week. I did post on my Instagram a post with like my meal prep for the week. So if you're interested in that and you don't follow me on Instagram, you can go see like all of the foods that I made for this week, but that's over there. And now I'm back. It's Monday morning and I did not make my example craft last night. So I'm going to try to get that done this morning. I have a few things on my list to start today. So what I need to do this morning first is I'm going to sort through all of these forms that I need to check off on my like master spreadsheet of who's turned in what forms. Then I can sort them in my crates. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is I need to pull out some data. So that's goal number 2 is to sort, pull data. And then goal number 3 is to do the example for this craft. The good news is for math this morning, we're continuing the lesson that we didn't finish last Friday. So I've already got that pulled up on the board and it shouldn't be too hard. And we're also starting AR because my students got library books for the first time last Friday. So we'll have our first AR time. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to sort these papers and get things rolling, and I'll check in with you later. All right, you guys, we just made it to the end of the day. I'm currently like sitting on the edge of a student desk. I moved all the desks into a different area because of testing. So I told you yesterday, let me like, hold on. I'm moving one of these to prop my foot up on so I can sit comfortably. Okay, I told you yesterday that I would fill you in on testing. And so let's talk testing things. So in Florida, our new like state assessment, we do it at 3 times of the year now. We do it in August, December, and then in May. It's called the FAST, the Florida Assessment of Student Thinking. So today for my whole reading block, it was all about what is the FAST. We're not calling it the FAST test because we don't want our students to go fast on it. So I taught them what it stands for. I taught them that it was an acronym. We wrote it like an acrostic poem, talked about what each one meant. I talked about why we take it 3 different times during the year and how we want to see growth. But if you only take it in May, then we can't see your growth. All we see is just one number. So the unfortunate thing about the test, which I learned last year, I can't remember if I vlogged the week that we had testing last year. If I did, I'll link it above. If I didn't, you won't see a card up there for that video. But the unfortunate thing is it is a test that tests all of the things they're going to learn in 3rd grade. So I really emphasize today, you've only been in 3rd grade for 8 days. So do you know everything in 3rd grade? And of course they said no. And so I was like, okay, and that's okay. Like there are going to be some things that you already know on this test, and that's awesome. There's also going to be some things that you don't know. And so we read this wonderful book that's called The Magical Yet. And I got this summer from my Amazon wishlist. I'm pretty sure I shared it on one of my summer vlogs for who it was from, but I don't have the tag in here, the Amazon tag in here anymore. So if I haven't thanked you, whoever sent me this book, my students loved it today. So we talked about how even though we're taking this at the beginning of year, there's a lot of things that you'll look at and you'll think, I don't know that, but we learned to add the word yet at the end. So it's all about this little girl who's trying to ride a bike, and she has this little like magical fairy that's called the magical yet that encourages her to try hard, try again. So we did this little craft and it was so fun. Here's what it looks like. Here's mine. And students got to color it in. It took them a very long time, but I was fine with that because they did a lot of listening, and we went through like a sample test on the board. So I showed them how to navigate the test and all of those things, and they did a lot of listening. So we did a craft, and it was a fun, just growth mindset activity to do before a day of testing tomorrow. So the kids got to color in their own little yet. And then I had papers where they had the option, if they wanted to cut out some of the growth mindset things, they could, or they could just copy them down in the squares, because some of them were very tired after cutting all of this out. So they just wanted to write it in the boxes, and then some of them wanted to cut it out. But the boxes had different things that you could tell yourself, like, I can do this and I will improve. And then other things that you can do if you need to remember the magical power of yet, like take a deep breath, or try a new way, or embrace the challenge. So these are all of the things that our magical yet reminds us of. And when you close it, it looks like the little yet from the story, and you open it up and have all those things inside. So that was like the big chunk of our day. We also did a math lesson, and it went way better than last week's math lesson, so that was good. But this was like our big item that we worked on. So I'm very pleased with how they turned out. I've already hung them in the hallway because I want them to read all of those encouraging things when they come in tomorrow. So then I had to space out their desks so they're ready for testing, because it's literally like state testing mode 3 times during the year. So we do it like this is a practice. But I also told them, like, it's great because now you're going to have experience with this in August. And so when we get to May, you won't be like, how do I get to the next question? How do I answer this question? Those things will be out of the way, and all you'll have to do is focus on the work. So we shall see how this goes tomorrow. Day 9 of 3rd grade, and we're already taking a state test. So that'll be a fun time. But I'm going to go ahead and head out and go home. It's about 4:15. I was here longer because I had to move all these desks, but everything else I can do in the morning. So we're going to head out, and I will check in with you guys on Tuesday.
From far away she looks so good. Grew up in the same neighborhood, and that's how to rub salt in the wound. Spend a few hours on the reservoir. Never broke a bone, so I'm gonna try hard to prove you wrong. That I'm not.
All right, good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. It's been a while since I picked up the camera, because I think the last time I actually chatted with you guys was on Monday. I'm sitting here clicking things open on my board. It's about 7:15, so kind of like my usual time to come in. So I'm not too late, but I apologize that I'm like looking around the camera hardcore right now. I'm trying to multitask. Yesterday and the day before, on Tuesday, and oh, it is not Wednesday. I take it back. Today's Thursday. What great news. Okay, so yesterday was Wednesday. The day before that was Tuesday. And on both of those days, we did state testing. I explained that at the beginning, so I'm not going to go into the state testing thing again. But it's done. It went well. My kids did okay. They got their baseline scores, right? So we figured it out. We did all the things. So I'm very glad that's over. I'm not feeling under the weather. I'm just feeling really tired and worn out this week. So that kind of stinks, but it is what it is. It doesn't really, hold on. I'm trying to get my math book up on the board, and I'm having a hard time thinking right now. I don't even know what I was saying to you guys. Okay. So it was fine. I'm feeling under the weather. I'm just feeling like tired and bleh. So I'm not feeling like sick, just like my nose is stopped up a little bit, and I'm just feeling a little under the weather. So I'm drinking lots of I'm drinking lots of water and taking vitamin C and all of those things. So I wanted to update you guys on a few things this morning. First off, I've been loving my planner. I shared it this summer. It's been so clutch for all of the to-do lists that I have to do in the afternoons, to keep those next to the actual date. So I have my to-do list for today. I want to grade language arts papers that are still in the turn-in tray from yesterday. I have a flip book that I want to print for next week's open house. I want to make some copies for next week that I need, and 1 copy that I need for like today. And then I also have an assessment to modify for the curriculum for like the next, I think it's like 2 like units of study from now, but I'm trying to work ahead to get all of that modified to better meet standards for my team. So I've been doing that. So that's what I have to do this morning. We're having a normal math lesson. It's about rounding, numbers on a number line in the thousands. So it's kind of the precursor to rounding. So that will be good. It's just normal math. It's a normal schedule, hallelujah. Then we'll have AR. My kids are going to art today. And then when they come back for reading, we have our first like reading unit test. And I think I'm going to have them pull out the privacy walls because we haven't even done that this week. But I'm still going to like guide them through the test because it's the first one. But it might be like, okay, I'm going to read the answer choices, pick the one that's correct, and maybe not giving them all of the answers, but letting them kind of pick, but also taking them through it step by step, if that makes sense. And then afterwards, what I'm going to do is I need to pull some books from my bookshelf that I know are on the approved list. And I'm going to make some extra copies of story maps and let them just like partner up, pick a book, read the book together, and then complete the story map on it. Because I think we'll probably need something else to fill that time after we finish that test, because that's not going to take our whole language arts block. Then for computer, I've got them on their Waggle assessment. Okay, let me keep working on the board while I'm talking. So our new Go Math uses a program called Waggle. And it's essentially like if you've ever used iReady or if you've ever used Lexia. It's like the math version of Lexia, and it's kind of like iReady Math, but I think it's going to be more fun. And so they were doing the placement test yesterday, so I'm going to have them finish the placement test today. And then I had 1 or 2 girlies who finished yesterday, and I'm going to take their computers today and see what it looks like, because my teacher account is not working. It still says it's not set up, so they're having tech issues with that. So I want to see if they can get on, and if they can, then when they finish, I don't know if I want them to get on it yet. I don't know if I want them to get on and like explore through it, or if I want to be able to see the student feature first. I'll decide by the end of the day, clearly. But if they finish, I might just have them get on Lexia, because we haven't done our Lexia units this week either. So last thing I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to be quiet and go make the copy that I need for today, just so I can feel good for today. And then I'll come back and like work on other stuff. But I got an Amazon package in the mail. And I'm super excited. I got these addition and subtraction fact cards. So you like use your hand to cover one of the corners. Let me open it. I've seen Maylene show these, so I was pretty pumped. So if you cover the top, they add 3 plus 0 is 3. If you cover the bottom, one of the bottom corners, they subtract. 3 minus 0 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So I thought that was kind of fun. And Maylene recommended those, so I got those. For some of my kiddos who will need some help with their addition and subtraction fluency, these just like 3-corner cards. So that'll be great, because eventually I'm going to start pulling small groups for math, and I can just do these as like a little warm-up, or I could have it as like an early finisher center. And I also got these little stringy balls. I'm just excited to have like an option for if we're in class and I need to just, like I have a bouncy ball up there, but these will be fun just to like toss to somebody who knows the answer and they can toss it back. And it's a little less aggressive than the bouncy ball that literally bounces everywhere. So if it hits a table or something, it goes all over the place. And both of these items were from Karen. It says, have a great year with your students, from Karen, a retired teacher from Iowa. So Karen, thank you so much for the flashcards to practice with and for the stringy balls to use in my classroom. I'm so excited to use these items. All right, I'm going to put those away, go make just the ELA copy that I need for this morning, and then I'm going to come back and get my day ready. I'm also going to sip on my coffee to give me life because I'm really tired today. But it's Thursday, so that's exciting. I mean, you can tell I'm tired. I didn't do anything with my hair today. I just like literally took a little clear ponytail and clipped it up because it's just been so humid and my hair needs to be cut because it's kind of dead on the end. So I didn't want to straighten it all the way because it wouldn't last, and I didn't want to curl it because I hit the snooze button on my alarm because I didn't sleep well last night. So this is what it is. And I just pulled part of it back, did that little bun with it because the top was kind of straight, the underside was curly. It was just like, or was wavy. It was all the things. So if that tells you how tired I am. All right, I'm going to stop blabbing and get to work on these things.
Who I used to be, I'm not living at 17. Let's go.
Hello from my living room. I did not check in after school today before I left because I was tired at the end of the day. And so now I'm sitting on the couch. I came home, I took a bath, which felt really nice because I'm always just so hot and sweaty after recess because it's really hot here in Florida. I just put my hair up in a bun because I just wasn't feeling how it was done today. I didn't like it. I think I talked about that this morning. Didn't like it. I'm wearing my Auburn football jersey, and you can't be mad or upset or tired when you're wearing an Auburn football jersey. So we're having like a fantasy football draft get together. I have no idea how to do fantasy football, but we're doing it with some friends from church tonight at our house. So they're bringing like snacks over, like football type snacks, I guess, question mark. We're making a veggie tray, and we have pepper jelly and cookies, and people are bringing like buffalo chicken dip, stuff like that. And we're gonna do this draft. I have no idea what I'm doing. I need to go look up a list of Auburn players that are in the NFL because I'm gonna pick them first. And that's all I know. All the husbands basically roped the wives into this, and they were like, okay, you're gonna do this with us. So my day at school was great. I got a lot done during the day, and I got a lot done after school. I even made copies for a flip book that I need for orientation next week and was able to copy those, so I might staple some of those tomorrow. That was just like a random extra note. Graded a ton of papers today during my planning and after school. Got my kids set up on typing club, so we're gonna introduce that tomorrow, so it can be a good like early finisher activity. What I didn't do was get my copies done for like my weekly spelling and vocabulary work that I'm gonna have my kids do starting next week when we start like our regular routine. It was kind of like a rough morning. It wasn't rough, it was just like bumpy because we had testing for 2 days in a row, and then today we were back into our routine. But I'm like, we did our routine last week, we did our routine, our normal routine, and then we did it on Monday, but they hadn't done that since Friday, and then we took 2 days off. So today we hadn't done the routine since Monday, and Monday we hadn't done it since Friday. So it's just been kind of broken because of testing schedule being different. So I'm hoping tomorrow will be better. It's a STEM bin Friday, so they're gonna enjoy that anyways. But it was just kind of like a chore to get them in, unpacked. They're like, I don't know what to write for the homework in my planner. I'm like, look at the box that says homework that we've practiced a couple times. So it was just kind of like, all right, let's take this step by step. So that was just kind of how the morning went. But it wasn't bad. All around, it was a good day. I'm just chilling here, and I'm about to get up and like wipe down the kitchen counters so they look nice and clean. David was a saint, and he vacuumed for me this morning because yesterday I moved all my students' desks back into table groups in the afternoon. I think I showed that in the vlog. And my back hurt so bad after doing all of that. So I was like, all right, David, will you vacuum for me? Because sometimes I vacuum and it makes my back hurt. Does that ever happen to you? Am I vacuuming wrong? I don't know. So he did that for me, which was really nice. And now I'm gonna go. He just came home. There he is. There he is. So now I'm gonna go and wipe the kitchen counters down and get stuff ready for the evening. Say hi to the vlog. Hello, vlog. Say bye to the vlog. All right, I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. All right, hello everybody. This is me checking in on Friday afternoon after my first attempted week at vlogging. I'm just sipping on a sparkling water, a little bubbly. This flavor is really good. I've been liking it recently. It's the lemon sorbet bubbly, so it's pretty good. It was a long week this week, and I did not check in today. I did yesterday. I don't even remember what days I vlogged this week. I vlogged Monday, didn't vlog Tuesday and Wednesday. I did yesterday, and then I didn't check in today. So I'm just letting you know that I survived. The week was okay, it was fine. Today was Friday. The kids were like off the chain all afternoon, and I was like ready to get them out the door. I was wearing like my house colors today and just joggers and tennis shoes because I was like, that is all I can manage today on this Friday. Overall, it was a good day. We got most of our testing out of the way. I thought we had all of it out of the way, and then I discovered we have to do a baseline science test next week. So that's okay, we'll get it done. But other than that, we got all of our testing, like our baseline for FAST and our first star reading and all of those things done this week. And I'm ready next week to have a full week where we're in like the real routine of things. I think I talked about that earlier in the vlog, but I don't know. So next week it'll be like normal schedule all week, and I'm looking forward to that. because this week's just been tough because it's been like adjusted schedule and doing this and doing that. One thing that was successful today was I got my kids on typing club, so I'm going to use that as an option for them when they are finished with their reading like assignments. I do the spelling and vocabulary. I'm going to do that the same that I did last year, where I have the cover page and they have to like check it off when they've finished it. It's just like simple practice for independent work so I can work with kids. And so I'm going to do that the same, and I needed a new option for early finishers because Prodigy is not usable at the moment at my school, and it may never be because they're having to like go through and approve a bunch of like programs and stuff, which makes sense. Like if it has not student information, but like if students make an account, I get it. Like go through, vet all those sites, but it's not an option now. And also Epic isn't right now either. So let me know if you're a teacher, are you still able to use Epic in your classroom? Because that one I'm sad about. I'm like, I really loved using Epic because there's so many books, and that's what my kids love to do after they finished last year. So I was looking for another option. So I have AR, Free Write as like free options, and then or free choice options, and then typing club. And my students either like really loved typing club today or they really didn't like it because well, they weren't putting their fingers on the keyboard and typing like they were supposed to. They were just trying to chicken peck as fast as they can, and they got frustrated, and I was like, well, you got to do it how the program tells you to. We also did it for like 20 minutes so they had time to explore, which was way longer than I would like recommend doing typing club for a lesson. I was like, when you do this after you finish your work, like later on, you'll not be on it for like 20 minutes, right? I was like, because that could be frustrating, but it's like you'll work on like a lesson or two and then you'll be done for the day. So it won't be bad if that's what you want to choose to do. And some of my kids were like really excited. They were like, I can't wait to go home and tell my parents that we started typing. Some of them were like, that was so stressful. Like, put your fingers in the home position. I don't remember how old I was when I started doing typing. I remember doing it in elementary school. And I feel like I remember doing it in 3rd grade, like starting this is your home base and this is where you put your fingers and all of that stuff. But anyways, that was like a win for the day, is that I got them all like started on that. I also never knew that you could like on Go Guardian, it's the program that we use to like manage like student screens so we could watch what they're doing while they're working. And I didn't know you could like push out a website to students and open a tab for them until yesterday. I discovered that. So I tried that today with typing club, and then we bookmarked it and I pushed out the tab for them to log in, and it went to all their Chromebooks at once. I was like, that was magic. And then I taught them how to log in, and I showed them how to add it to a bookmark so it'll be right there so they can find it anytime they need to and they don't have to like look around for it. So that was really cool. That was another win for the day. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Next week we're going back to like business as usual. I'll try to vlog so you can kind of see like what a normal week in the life looks like. This one was just kind of a chaotic, like we're testing and trying to get stuff done. But I feel like I did a really good job explaining the whole testing process to my kids, talking about how it's a baseline, doing that growth mindset talk. And now this next week, we have curriculum night on Thursday, so I get to have the same conversation all over again, but with the parents. So I don't have to be as like big and dramatic. I can just talk about like, hey, this is what the testing is like. This is what the scores are like. So when you look at their score, know this, this, and this, and then this is what we want to see in December, etc., etc. So yeah, so curriculum night, and which is open house. It's just like just the parents come. That's next week. So trying to think if there's anything else. Not really. I've been going on for 5 minutes about how my day was. We're going to dinner tonight at a friend's house, so that will be really fun. My draft was great. I got all the Auburn players who are in the NFL who were available, so I don't know if my team will do well at all because some of them were not projected to have any points, but I didn't care because I wanted all the Auburn NFL players that were available on my draft. So that's it. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Ooh, there it was. Okay. Woo, okay, I am going to sign off for the week. I think I'm gonna sneeze again. Okay, that one passed, maybe. If you can't tell, my plan for the week is to just sleep. Literally sleep. I think I got everything I needed to done for next week, like Monday. I should be good to go, except I have to go to our media center and check out one book, and that's it. So I should be good to go for Monday. And so I'm not going up to school this weekend. I went the last 2 weekends, and I'm not going up this weekend. I'm just gonna sleep and try to like kick whatever this little head cold is in the butt so I can feel much better next week. I'm starting my teaching vlogs back up again. It'll be a bumpy start, but it's still good to share insight with you guys and share how my year is going. And I appreciate all your comments and well wishes and prayers so much. So thank you so much for that. It's been a great start to the school year so far, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. Also, I really like my hair today. Okay, so yesterday I went on and on about how I didn't like my hair. Check it out. Dutch braids into the little bun. I did it this summer with my hair. I'll show you this side. I did it this summer, and that's after all day, after a whole Friday. And so that's pretty exciting. I did this summer. Let me like finish my train of thought with my hair, and I posted it on my Instagram one time, and I was like, yay or nay, what do y'all think? And a lot of you were like, yay. But I like just did it like this for the pool and for a day when I was helping my friend move a bunch of stuff. And today I was like, let's do it. And some of my kids, the first thing they said when they came in, I love your hair, Miss Allen. And I was like, thank you. So they really hyped me up there. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Like, subscribe, comment, just love to hang out with you guys. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.